You're watching Pascal in the Morning. Welcome back.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, y'all? It's Pascal. This is Pascal in the Morning, a.k.a. The House Show. Man, it is a blessing to be here on this wonderful Friday. Hope you guys are doing well out there in Facebook land and on YouTube. We are definitely out there streaming right now as we speak. What a wonderful day. We got a huge thing going on today. We got a powerhouse of celebrity in the house. I'm very, very excited about it. But first, of course, on comments, I'm very, very happy to see him back. Sean Hall, yo, what's up, man?
What's up, man? What's up?
How you been,
good?
my dude?
I've been good. Been very busy. Very busy.
Very busy.
But I'm
like
good.
what? Giving out free hugs or what?
That too.
That
but
too.
with work as well.
Yeah, work. Just work.
Just work, you
work,
know?
Work.
Sean, Rihanna, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, you know?
Holla at me.
Giving out the free hugs. And, of course, behind all the cameras, making us look good and all that stuff, we got Sess, Smoogie. Well, he's not there right now. Brianna, Scott, Austin in the house. It's going to be great. I'm very excited. Thank you, guys. How you guys doing? You guys been good?
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
It's going to be another hot day.
Another hot day, yeah. Well, yeah, it's a hot one in here today. But also, Austin, you got some good things I find dope? I'm hoping.
As always.
I'm a little nervous.
You're nervous, why?
I don't know. I have no idea because I don't know
only
what
that good dopeness. Only that good dopeness.
I'm excited about it, though. And, of course, last but not least, big shout out to Tierra for giving us the powder, making us not so shiny in front of these cameras on this hot summer day. But we got an incredible lineup for y'all this morning. We have comedian Benji Brown in the house. Make some noise for him. Yeah. And we got, man, he's from the King of Queens, A Thin Red Line, Sleepers, the whole nine. Film actor Larry Romano is in the house. Y'all make some noise for that. Like I said, a powerhouse of celebrity in the house. Oh, and also, if you are very interested in this, we're doing something new. After the show, we are going to be doing a raw and uncensored after show with Benji and Larry. It's going to be live on YouTube, so definitely go to youtube.com/The Pascal Show and be sure to tune in right after this feed. Right when we get done with this feed, we're going to re-upload about 5 minutes later, and we're going to do a nice, fun after show where we get to talk. You guys get to send them ask them some comments, ask them some questions, and we'll read them alive. We'll read them live on the show. It's going to be really, really great. So I'm very excited about that. So, hey, make some noise for the after show segment.
After show.
Now, something unfortunate happened this morning. Anthony Bourdain he's the rock star of cuisine. He has moved what we see in the culinary arts on CNN and so on and so forth, has died today at 61 in an apparent suicide. He was found in his hotel in Paris, dead after hanging himself. Man, I have to be honest, now that we have Kate Spade had just committed suicide in the same fashion, we have to kind of shed a little light on the situation of suicide. And whoever's out there, you know, depression is a very serious thing. And I just need you to know that you're not alone. Pick up the phone, call a friend, call a loved one. Or you can even call that hotline if you feel uncomfortable saying your feelings to friends and family. But I'm telling you, there is a silver lining. There is light at the end of the tunnel. So I definitely wanted to say that. Of course, our heart goes out to Anthony Bourdain's family and loved ones that he left behind. But also, in other news, which is interesting, that this just recently happened. You know that Trump pardoned Muhammad Ali?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't know this. I thought this was a joke. Literally, I thought this was a joke. But apparently, he's got this thing about boxing lately.
Or he's on a roll, like a dark roll or something.
Oh, snap. Yeah, he's on something. He's on something more. But apparently he pardoned the champion for draft evasion, that he had draft evasion charges in 1966 because, of course, he was not going to draft himself or put himself towards the Vietnam War. So now those charges have been lifted, which is very, very interesting as well. And of course, there are dozens of people that are coming out in months that are dozens of people in the coming months that Trump is working on pardoning as well. So he's got like literally a laundry list of people. He says he has more than 3,000 names that he's considering pardoning. And apparently there's more on the way. So it's very, very interesting to see who else he pardons. I mean, he had one boxing champion, then he went to a bigot, and then he pardoned Muhammad Ali. So I'm wondering what next. It's going to be interesting for sure.
3,000 surprises.
3,000 surprises. He's just going to pardon everybody.
It's like a birthday cake you don't want to take a piece out of.
Right?
Just,
oh, man. 3,000 surprises, and then he's going to pardon himself 3,000 times, actually. That's what's going to happen. But anyway, something that's going on locally, so the Saucy Soiree is happening this Sunday at Union Station. That is June 10th from 5 to 8 p.m. It's a great event, some really great food, really great drinks, and great music. And I think we got a clip, so here's what it looks like, what's going on this weekend.
Ben Poremba from Eli and Olio, enjoying our night tremendously. Beautiful new venue, feels like a marketplace. Great food, great drink. Night's still young, we're gonna party it up.
It's always check out that amazing event. It's only $44, and you get to sample 40 different restaurants. You get almost a little over $1 per restaurant where you get to sample all their food. From 5 to 8, Union Station. You can get these tickets at Eventbrite. Definitely start buying your tickets right now because at the door, they jump up to $55. And you don't want to do that. Come on now. You want to get you want to get that hookup. So go to Eventbrite and buy it. $44. Like I said, 40 different restaurants. So go check it out, all right? But anyway, when we come back, we'll be doing things I find dope. See you guys in a minute. Deuces! You're going to perform
I'm sorry,
tonight?
I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is going to leave and go somewhere else so we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
IDEX Media does a lot. From IDEX Photography to IDEX Films. We help create forever memories and forever impressions. Imagination. Image a world. IDEX Media.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, baby.
Nowhere will you find more selection, greater style, or a more colorful collection of the finest mink, chinchilla, fox, and sable coats, jackets, wraps, and accessories than the Fur Center. Now until January 7th, save up to 80% off. Stop in today for the best selection.
You're watching Pascal in the Morning. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the Pascal Show, aka Pascal in the Morning. If this is your first time checking out the show, please click that like button. We would really appreciate it. Definitely go and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, youtube.com/The Pascal Show. But before we go into my guests, which I'm very excited about, it is time for Things I Find Dope. And in Things I Find Dope, hey, you know, it's that time. Wreck it, Ralph.
Awesome. Well, today we got a big one. If you didn't see it all, the Washington Capitals won the Stanley Cup last night. It's a big day for DC area in general. It's their first major title in any of the four major sports since 1992 when the Redskins won. I mean, they have DC United, but they win all the time. They've got like 4 MLS Cups and 3 USA Cups, so we don't really count them in. But at the same time, really big. Ovechkin, of course, the story, has been there, got drafted there 15 years ago, is one of the best players ever, but never really, he's kind of like the Messi, you know, never really had like a big championship to his name. He was always the butt kind of guy. But now, silenced all the haters. He's got his ring, cementing himself forever as one of the best. So it's kind of a big deal, and it was really cool.
Right on.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, that is
and then
pretty
we
dope.
also have that game. We still have Cavs. Oh boy.
We'll see.
They're woo. There's a game tonight, by the way.
Yep.
Another game tonight, so it could be a sweep, or you never know. They might.
What the big story
LeBron
is?
might actually carry his entire team again, and maybe just win one.
Maybe
we'll see what
one.
happens.
Yeah.
You know the big story is where he's going to go. That's the big story.
That's really
where he's going to go.
Where he's going to go, because they're not winning the championship.
No, I don't think they are.
I don't think so.
Where is LeBron going to go?
He's
That's
going
the
back
big
to Miami, bruh. Come on now.
Apparently he's meeting with the
Let's keep it real.
Celtics, so that's pretty interesting. But I mean, obviously, like I think LeBron's going to stay, but that's a whole nother discussion.
We'll see.
So
We'll see.
we'll see.
We'll see how many people actually want to play with him still.
Exactly. I got one more thing too.
Okay, what's up?
So kind of funny, I guess kind of cool too. So Kanye and Kid Cudi's album dropped today. Last night they had a live stream for their watch party.
Yeah.
People are raving about it, saying it was like pretty cool. I guess that's like the new thing is the live stream album like release parties, album watch parties. So like you feel like you're there with the artists and stuff like that. Kind of just like get the vibes going. But I mean, yeah. Kid Cudi, Kanye album, Kids See Ghosts drops today, so go check it out.
That's what's up.
That's dope. That's
pretty
dope.
dope.
Well, and that's Things I Find Dope, man. Hey, so when we come back, we're going to be sitting down with comedian Benji Brown. See you guys in a minute. Deuces. You're going to perform
I'm sorry, I
tonight?
can't make this interview boring because this
No, it's
man
not
is
boring.
too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is going to leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
IDEX Media does a lot. From IDEX Photography to IDEX Films. We help create forever memories and forever impressions. Image a nation, image a world. IDEX Media.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, baby.
Nowhere will you find more selection, greater style, or a more colorful collection of the finest mink, chinchilla, fox, and sable coats, jackets, wraps, and accessories than the Fur Center. Now until January 7th, save up to 80% off. Stop in today for the best selection.
You're watching Pascal in the Morning. Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the Pascal Show. By the way, before we introduce my first guest of the day, be sure to tune in after the show today. We're doing a big after-show live stream on YouTube. It's going to be uncensored, raw, uncut. It's going to be fun. Definitely tune in over there. Go subscribe to YouTube, youtube.com/The Pascal Show. Well, without further ado, please welcome my brother, very funny, comedian, Benji Brown, everybody. What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Good, good, good.
Yeah. Hello, world. Anyway, Benji, man. So, well, first off, thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
By the way, before we actually go into a conversation, I think we do have a clip, correct? We do have a clip of just a little bit, a snippet of what you do.
Right.
So let's check it out. Here you go.
Y'all fights last forever. Ladies, I did my research. If a woman scratch your face real good, you got 3 lines going down the side of your face for the rest of your life. She pull your hair out, not a track or no weave. Your real hair, you got a circle patch in your hair for the rest of your days. You got to do something about this. You can tell who losing the fight. The woman who's hoarse, she done lost her voice because she been missing and swinging and missing the whole fight. You always got that woman friend lady, she trying to help you out, not physically, but you know, she always talking, trying to talk some sense into your head, but you are not taking no for an answer because this girl is beating up on you. She trying to help you out.
Kiki, let's just go. Let's go. She busting you up. She split your head.
Okay, that girl hit me. She scratched my face. Okay.
Kiki! She shot you in your chest. You got a bullet in your chest.
Okay, that girl shot me in my chest.
Kiki! We in the ambulance.
Take me out this ambulance. That girl done shot me.
Kiki! We at your funeral.
Take me out this casket. Put me on top of that girl.
To be honest, man, you're one hilarious dude, and that particular video is from Comic View, correct?
Yeah.
And it's got like a crazy amount of hits, man. It's been getting a lot of hits. This whole Kiki character and everything, you know. Which I would love to dive in a little bit more in a little bit, but I know that you're from Miami, right? Born and raised.
Yep.
So tell me, where did you get your comedic flair? Was it from your parents, kind of thing, or is it just something that you just got growing up?
Yeah, pretty much growing up in the hood, man. You know, you can't help. Your recreation growing up in the hood is just observing everything that's going on around you, and you know, whether it's shootouts, drug deals, you know, chasing an ice cream truck, getting whippings, you know, growing up, and you know, you take all of that, and you know, you just kind of start jotting down ideas or real life experiences, man. So it's comedic actually growing up. It's a circus, man.
I guess some people say you know, sometimes the funniest things are in the most dramatic or the most tragic things that happen in life, you know. So that's really amazing that you're able to do that. That's an amazing skill. So tell me, I guess, let's just be real, how did you come up with Kiki? Where did that come from?
Well, it came up, you know, spur of the moment. I had to think quick. A young lady gave me her number, and she failed to tell me she lived with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend answered the phone, and the first thing came to my mind.
For real?
Yeah. You know, I called, he answered, it shocked me, you know, like as it would anybody. Hello? I'm like,
hello?
Who it is?
This Kiki. Let me speak to Toya.
And he put her on the phone. The crazy thing is when Toya got the phone, I kept talking like Kiki. I was that scared. And she was like, hello. I'm like,
Girl, why you ain't tell me you had somebody?
And who is this?
Don't worry about it. Just meet me somewhere.
It stuck with me, you know. I began to say, you know what, since it worked.
You're like, damn, this is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Let me continue with this.
Keep it going, and man, it took off.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And I mean, you know, obviously you've been using Kiki's kind of like one of your main one of your main characters that you use. Like I think I saw like a makeup tutorial by Kiki.
Right.
A herpes. What was it? A herpes. I forgot it now.
Press conference.
The press conference, the herpes press conference. You know. So I mean, do you ever? I mean, do you use that in skits, like an actual like outside skits that are, you know, like as a character?
Pretty much. You know, I kind of dab into the sketch comedy with it, and those are kind of primarily, you know, set for social media and film. But on stage, I'll do the voice or recreate it, you know, live as best as I can. And so you're bringing back. I forgot about that one.
No, I mean, the reason why is because it's like when you do it, it really sounds like a woman. Like it's actually really spot on. Like it's unbelievable that you can get that high and actually do it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds authentic. You know, that's a skill, man.
I appreciate it. I just try as best as I can to, you know, bring the character to life. If I couldn't do the voice, man, I probably wouldn't even try to do the character.
Right.
So as I look into social media now, there's so many comedians, they'll try to do that, but they can't really do a female voice. So if I couldn't do it, I wouldn't do it. And that's, I think, what makes it so funny and so real is my regular voice is night and day from the character's voice. So
Absolutely.
being able to do that, bring it to life, you know, to me, that's important.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you have any other characters that you do, or is that just one?
Yeah. I do different ones. Having a background in radio and sketch comedy, I'll, you know, start to introduce different characters, like you know, a grandmother character, or who I call Sister Rita Jenkins, or Sister Rita May.
Sister Rita May.
All grandmothers have their middle name is May, or is Eddie or Joe. You know, Willa May and Anna May.
Anna May,
I don't know who May was, but maybe it was the month of May. I don't know. But you know, I have a redneck character his name's Red Nick. Different ones, different characters that I bring in. He's the racist character who, you know, kind of just always offends people.
Right.
Not surprising. But different characters I'll dab in. But Kiki's the main character, and you know, she has a demand. People just continue to want to see her, I guess.
Is there any particular character that's the toughest to do, vocally speaking?
Vocally?
You know, like
really.
You always feel a little hoarse after doing it, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Actually, before I learned the nuances of you know, doing it from your diaphragm, it's pretty much the same as singing. You know, if people sing from up top, you know, they'll feel it after.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'll do the voice from my diaphragm, and you kind of do it repetitions, and you kind of try to perfect it to where it's, you know, not as straining on the voice, but
building that muscle.
But I take care of it, so, you know, even though it doesn't hurt, you know, I try to, you know, do the hot herbal teas and lozenges, and just to keep it, because more so than doing it on stage or film, the climate has a bigger effect on the outcome of it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So going on to other things in regards to like just comedians in general, who are like your top 3 comedians that you look up to, and why is the top one your favorite one?
I would say I put Eddie Murphy. I put at the top. I put Martin Lawrence there.
Martin Lawrence, yeah.
Please, Martin, don't take offense to this. we've been traveling, so I was like, hold on. I mean, you put me number 2. Eddie number 1, Martin 2, and that third one, I'd probably say Chris Rock. I put him.
Chris Rock
up there. In Eddie, to me, I'll take a little bit from each of them individually. Eddie with the being able to do the voices, and he brings his characters to life. He's dabbed into that, and his improvisation is great.
Oh yeah.
And then I take the animation from Martin, and the energy, you know, just, you know, kind of that raw realness. And then Chris Rock, you know, he reminds me of Bernie Mac a little, and Richard Pryor and Red Fox, the old classics. And it's tough. All of them on my Mount Rushmore, but Chris Rock will say some things, that he doesn't toe the line. He'll just put the whole heel in the arch.
Oh yeah,
over there in the
if you were saying out of those three, he's a really good storyteller.
I love
like
it,
he just tells a story, but it's like if you really listen to the joke, there's a double meaning in everything that he says.
Clever.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's very, very
so it's kind of I wouldn't say it's highbrow humor, but it's
right.
It's a kind of like that. It makes you the things that make you go right.
Yeah. He's
a
thinking comedian.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's so a lot of people may not get it. I get it. Certain different ones that I look up to that like him that really. The level of wit and cleverness. I watch Chris Rock and I'll say, why didn't I think of that?
Right.
He's
like, dang, that was smart.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But you can't beat, Richard Pryor talking about how he got lit on fire. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Those things are really authentic. It's like you don't try to smoke a crack pipe and lighten yourself on fire. It's like that's
each of them
that's authentic stuff.
Yeah. If you can learn from all of them. And Richard, it kind of teaches you if you want to talk about your real life experiences.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, some people, comedians don't. I'll try to talk a little bit about my experiences, but I don't want y'all to know that I was a crackhead and Richard. I did a whole 8-ball. Richard, I was high in the room and I was snorting coke, and I probably got some up my nose now. You're like, damn.
He just keeps
Richard.
it super real.
Yeah,
he's like, I just did a couple lines before I got here, man.
People say they are open book, but man, he was an open encyclopedia.
Well, so then, what are your opinions on Kevin Hart then? Like, what do you think on? I mean, I'm not trying to burn bridges that you might be building right now, but I'm just wondering because he's the top guy right now. So, what is your opinion on Kevin Hart? Is he just is he lucky, or does he really have something?
Hey, man, you don't get there to that level and maintain it for his duration of time by being lucky. I mean, you got to understand comedy, the craft, and you got to understand the business. Kevin gets it. He knows how to reach his audience.
Yeah.
And people, a lot of upcoming comedians or any career, whatever you choose, you have to know how to reach your audience. And he's animated. He's live. He comes to life. He flicks a switch, and he's done it on stage.
Yeah.
He's done it on social media, and he's doing it on film. He's bringing some comedians. It's tough to transition from live comedy to film. He's been able to do it, and a lot of people in the industry are, you're chasing him or trying to be or get on that level of success, and he's opened up a lot of doors too. By bringing innovation to, the tour, a comedy tour, which is, he just doesn't, it's, like in the past where there's a bar stool, a microphone stand, there's the mic and the stage. He's doing pyrotechnics.
Right.
He's
making it like a rock show.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
It's big.
He's doing a big rock show.
You like, wow, things that you incorporate into a show which is reserved normally for, music concerts, rap.
Right.
He's doing it in comedy. So, that kind of makes you think like, okay.
He's doing the MC Hammer approach, right?
Right. Let me see what I can do in the future. So, I'm proud of him, and look up to him, admire his work, and he's set the bar high. So
that's what's up.
People like that, are to be commended.
Yeah. So then, one last question: What do you consider? What do you consider is a good joke? Like, what's like the best joke? Like, as far as like when it comes down to just the structure of the joke.
Just the basics, man. A lot of times comedians, you set the joke up, you intro the joke, you get to the meat of it, and then the punchline. The timing is everything. So you get to the punchline, and and the crowd may roar in laughter.
Right.
A good joke is actually the sequences and the segues. Sometimes you'll start a joke, and the crowd is still laughing, so they don't hear the setup.
Right.
When you're going into the next joke. So, you get into it, and then you're thinking maybe that joke I just did prior to this hit hard.
Right.
Why didn't, you know, and you go back. So I think a good tactic to do is to film yourself as much as possible so that you can, you know, go back and study and watch yourself and see what you can improve upon and see what you can, you know, how can you get better. Martin actually sat me down maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, and you know, I asked him, you know, what do you do to get better? And you know, it was just something that I used to do, and I got away from. And they kind of say, you know, you get a chance, like, you know, athletes do it all the time. It's teams, they have film sessions.
Yeah.
You want to know where you're strong at. You want to definitely know where you're weak at. And so a good joke, you know, I would say, literally, I would say a good joke is a joke that is relative.
Right.
You know, where the entire room is not wondering, I can't relate. I don't, I've never done that. It never happened to me before. A good joke, if you can reach the masses, if, you know, there's 1,000 people in a room, and if 900 people, 950 people actually relate to it, then you win. Sorry, you know, the 50 people, you just have to catch up to it later. But, you know, any joke that reaches the people, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah. So tell me, you're in town right now. You're in the middle of your tour.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about it. You know, what's going on?
It's the Pull Up and Laugh tour. You know, try to speak the lingo of the people. You know, everybody saying pull up. You know, you can say that to the pizza delivery guy, Chinese food guy. You can say that to, you know, somebody who you feel, you know, hey, you got a problem with me? Pull up. You know, so people want to get their laugh on. I encourage them here in St. Louis to pull up to the Helium Comedy Club, and the tour's been going around the nation. It started in January. It'll go on through December. You know, it's basically more often than not a two-man show, myself headlining. I got my opener, my feature, my homie Rob Ward out of Cleveland. He's a very funny guy, up and coming, bright future, funny, sets the stage, sets the table, and I come behind that. It's tough, you know, he's funny. You know, I might have to cut him off the show, he's too funny. But he sets it up.
Yeah, get too funny, man.
Yeah. And I go behind that, and we put on a great show, you know, incorporating all the characters, relationship topics, you know, things. It's because, you know, it's predominantly women in the crowd, but it's always the date. You know, the men, there's a lot of men who they haven't heard of me, but they'll learn of me through their partner.
Right.
And so now, hey man, my girl, you know, she had me come out here, man. I'm a fan now.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy. So I talk about things that, you know, a lot of them always go through, whether it's you know, the boyfriend or the husband who doesn't take the wife out anymore because, you know, I got you now. And I talk about it, you know, you don't take me out no more. I be hungry. I don't like to eat inside all the time. and so, you know, and they talking, and every time I bring it up in the crowd, relationship topics, you know, the woman always looking at a man.
Oh, yeah.
Know, and he's looking like, come on, please, come on, brother. So it's cool, man, to be able to just talk about things that people go through a lot. I talk about jobs that people just hate, but they can't quit. And so I deal with the workplace and, you know, the coworkers that you can't stand and the boss that you hate. Taking, you know, if you got a 30-minute lunch break, you know, hey, I got it, you know, they didn't say how many 30 minutes.
Right, yeah.
You know, I took 4 30-minute breaks.
Yeah.
You know, just talk about it. And so, you know, they relate to it. They have a great time and try to touch the city, try to find out what's going on in the city. So St. Louis, I haven't really touched it yet. Try to
St. Louis,
figure out where's the good food spots, the best lounges. Want to go see the Arch? Do some
you need to
shopping.
go see that, man. The Arch. There's a lot of fun things that are going on downtown. Plenty of stuff.
I told my girl Kiki, you know, take her to see the Arch. She's thinking I'm talking about eyebrows. And, you know, that's, you know,
oh, I got the Arch.
No. I'm going to take you to the Arch.
Oh, man, that's dope, man. But, yeah, definitely check out the Arch. But, hey, everybody, Benji Brown, everybody, be sure to check him out at Helium Comedy Club this weekend. He's going to be killing it, slaying it. Up next, I got Larry Romano in the house. See you guys in a minute. Deuces.
I'm sorry, I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. and I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is gonna leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
IDEX Media does a lot. From IDEX Photography to IDEX Films. We help create forever memories and forever impressions. Image a nation, image a world. IDEX Media.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, baby.
Nowhere will you find more selection, greater style, or a more colorful collection of the finest mink, chinchilla, fox, and sable coats, jackets, wraps, and accessories than the Fur Center. Now until January 7th, save up to 80% off. Stop in today for the best selection.
You're watching Pascal in the Morning. Welcome back.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the Pascal Show, aka Pascal in the Morning. If this is your first time checking out this show, please go click that like button. Go to the Facebook page too. Please go and click that like button there as well. We also do have an after show segment going on after this feed on YouTube. You better go to youtube.com/The Pascal Show and click that subscribe button and be sure to tune in because it's going to be dope. We got a lot of people in here. It's going to be fun. Don't you guys agree? Yeah. There we go. That one person agrees. One person concurs. But anyway, I'm very honored to have my brother in here. Randomly ran into him yesterday. What a treat. But here's a little clip of what he does.
First lady, you got to do it.
I don't know. She's filling out that skirt a little bit too much for my taste.
Nah, see, I love a little jiggle on the first lady.
Hey, Moose. Question for you. Now that your wife's sister moved in, the two of them ever, get into an argument and maybe start whacking each other with pillows? Next thing you know, a little playful wrestling leads to a lingering kiss. I'm asking.
Very funny dude. I'm telling you, this guy is in St. Louis doing some crazy stuff. He also just beat cancer, y'all. Please welcome Lorenzo Romano, everybody. What's up, man? How you doing, my brother? Good to see you too, man. Please sit down, man. Right. Woo! Yeah. Larry. Or Lorenzo.
Yep, that was my father's name was Lorenz, and he changed it to Larry Lawrence because he wanted to be more American.
Oh, okay.
And which is was the trend in those days,
right?
You know, and I like Lorenzo or Lorenz. It's easier for people to understand me when I say it.
Right.
I have this thing when I call people on the phone and they don't know me. I say, hey, this is Larry Romano, and they come back, oh, Riley, and I don't know why it sounds like Riley, but
Riley,
it's not just one
of all
occurrence.
things.
It's like everybody, you know. It's like my accent sounds like Riley when I say Larry.
Right.
So Lorenz is a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, man, it's authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Tongue,
yeah, Lorenzo. I can't even say, I'm about to say Riley. Lorenzo. Andiamo.
It's easy. I don't understand it. I understand a little bit.
Little bit?
My mother and her sisters, they spoke Italian, and they didn't teach any of us kids because when they wanted to tell secrets, they told it in Italian.
Of course.
And we didn't understand what they were saying.
Yeah.
Of course, that's another regret. Like, I would love to be able to speak Italian because it's beautiful. It's nice to know another language.
Of course, of course.
But back in those days, they wanted us to be American.
As American as
Right.
you can be. Yeah.
Right. When I was, my grandparents, they were older. I really only knew one of my grandparents. So my Aunt Nancy, who was my mother's older sister, was like my grandmother, and my Uncle Mike. And she came on the boat from Italy in the early 1900s, and it was a really rough ride.
Right.
And from what they say is the boat actually capsized and then flipped back over, and one of my uncles was almost dying, at which time they threw the body overboard. So it wasn't an easy journey. But when they got to New York Harbor, they went up on deck and they saw the Statue of Liberty. And she was a little girl, and I choked up what I say.
Take your time, bro.
I get choked up because, it's just a beautiful thing.
Right.
And she says, look, she saw the Statue of Liberty. She says, look, Mama, we died and went to heaven. There's the Blessed Mother.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what her view of America was.
Yeah.
And her father would tell her, Italy is where we come from, but America is our home.
Right.
And, she always had the Statue of Liberty around. And to this day, I do the same thing.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man.
Italy is where we come from, but America is our home.
Right.
And that's the way we were raised. Of course, I do like the name Lorenzo a lot better than Larry, and I wish I did speak Italian.
Right, right.
But so that's that's the foundation of where I what my life was, and
right.
And then obviously I was raised in this country, and it's
So where in New York were you born and raised? Like, where were you raised? What part of New York?
I was born in Bronxville, New York,
Okay.
which is a very affluent area. The hospital is named Lawrence Hospital, and I like to joke they named it after me after I was born, but that's a lie. Lawrence Hospital, and then my family's from Mount Vernon, New York.
Okay.
Which is right on the Bronx border, and Yonkers, New York.
Okay.
And then later on, we moved up to a place called Rockland County, which is a little bit north, and it's very reminiscent of what I see in St. Louis. Like, a lot of greenery, nice.
Yeah.
And a lot of people from the Bronx moved up there. But I only made it through my high school years. I needed more flavor, and I always kept going back to Mount Vernon. And I love Mount Vernon.
Right.
And another story is that my father, hardworking man, he bought a building on the south side of Mount Vernon. And he named it after my mother's mother, the Domenica Ghazi building.
Right.
And when he sold the building, he made sure that they could never change the name of the building. And when he had the building, he had 2 floors with at least 200 people working, employed, in
Right.
his employ. And there was another distributor, like a pinball machines, pool tables downstairs.
Yeah.
After my father sold the building, he sold it to, I don't know if I should go into that story, but he sold it to a guy who had a business, and the business was going down.
Oh, okay.
And he put his 2 sons in there to burn the place down.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
To do an arson job.
Typical real estate
right,
move.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you could also say, whatever. And as the 2 sons were running out of the building, there was the FBI up the block. They were watching an organized crime figure, and they see these 2 guys running out of the building with smoke coming out, and they ended up arresting them.
Oh, boy.
So they saved my grandmother's building. And unfortunately, that building went from a place that employed many people to a unemployment office, and now it's a probation office. And it's a very sad thing for me to see that we went from a place that gave people an opportunity to work and take care of themselves to an unemployment office,
right,
to a place that people who a lot of times are wrongfully convicted,
right,
because they don't have a lawyer or they don't have the resources to protect them, and the cops lie. I've been in that situation where the cops lie. And look, I know a lot of cops, and there's a lot of good cops, the problem with them is that they don't stand up against the bad cops. That's the issue. So, you know, with that in mind, it became a probation office. And that's a sad story for America.
Yeah.
It's a sad story that it had to go in that direction.
Yeah, I mean...
How are we going to fix it? I don't know. It's not my job, but I could tell you my story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you just keep telling that story as much as you can.
Right.
So let's fast forward a little bit. So how did you get into acting in the first place, man?
Well,
did you like just happen to stumble into it or something? Or?
No, I was a drummer. My father did not want me to be in the music business. He thought it was, you know, you become a drug addict and you become this and become that.
Right.
You know, he was born in 1923, so they had that thought, you become rock and roll, you get drugs, etc. So they did everything to not have me in this business. And he wanted me to play baseball because Joe DiMaggio was the big thing, and, you know, and Yogi Berra, but, you know, it's like, you know, there's really only one Joe D, and I wasn't that guy. And so I spent a lot of years, you know, attempting playing baseball, and then ended up with nothing. At the age of, you know, 21, I had nothing.
Yeah.
I really had no education. I had no life skills. But I could play the drums, and then they come up with a drum machine. So now they got to, basically, I'm the Iceman when they created the commercial refrigerator.
Right.
I'm, you know, out of business, and the music scene was changing, you know, and it was getting more into the computer and that stuff. And lost. I'm lost.
Right.
And I was walking down the street in Manhattan. They had, you know, you get the newspaper out of the thing.
Yeah.
The Learning Addicts. And there was classes in there on how to program a drum machine and how to, you know, do this and how to do that, but how to do commercial acting. So I took a class in commercial acting.
Right.
And, you know, at the camera just like this, and the teacher's telling us what to do
Right.
and so on, and you have to, and I had to get up and read because that was part of what we needed to do. And I obviously was very nervous. I never did anything like that before.
Yeah.
I was 21, 22 years old. And when I did it, the teacher said, wow, that was really good. And that was the first time that, yeah.
You're like, okay, maybe I can do something.
You know, somebody gave me, enthusiastically says you can do something as opposed to saying you can't do something.
Right, right.
You know, discouragement is the sharpest tool in the devil's toolbox. You know, you don't want to discourage people, and, you know, and she encouraged me.
Right.
And the young gentleman's, I have a hard time saying his name, Smoogie.
Smoogie, yeah.
Smoogie, right? Smoogie. I want to know how you spell it, man. Right? So
S-M-O-O-G-E,
he's asked,
G-I-E.
you know, how do you get it? How do you get it? How did I do it? You know, I was a different world when I was doing it.
Yeah.
You would go to Los Angeles. You would go to New York to break into the acting business.
Yeah.
But the climate of those two cities right now is just not where it was when I was doing my thing.
Right.
You know? And I was fortunate because I lived in New York. I lived in my Aunt Nancy's attic in Mount Vernon. I was able to, you know, there was food on the table. I had a roof over my head. And I was able to really pursue 100% and day in and day out, day in and day out. And I found that I could write. And I could write very unique characters, and I had very interesting stories.
Right.
And I started writing screenplays, which are very difficult to get made because you need a lot of money. And I decided, I was taking acting classes at HB Studios in New York, on Bank Street, I think it was, and then I wanted to go where Al Pacino studied acting.
Right.
So
Stella Adler, right?
Well, Al Pacino is Lee Strasberg.
Oh, he's Strasberg. I'm sorry.
Lee Strasberg, and he studied with a coach by the name of Charlie Lawton. So I wanted to study with Al's guy.
Right.
You know, and I went down to Strasberg, and I needed a tuition. I ended up selling my drums. I had drums because I had no need for them at that point.
Right.
And for the tuition, and I took the acting classes, studying with Charlie Lawton, another coach by the name of David Gideon, and honing my craft. And they were putting on one-act plays in Charlie's classroom at the time, and I saw a one-act play with Bridget Fonda and an actor by the name of Billy Otis. And it was just the two of them on stage, and it was so entertaining. And I was in the audience, you know, and it wasn't like a full house and all,
Right.
but, you know, it was just, I was like, wow, man, wow, you know, how much could that have cost to produce? And it was entertaining, and it was fun to watch, and it was, I'm going to write a play.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did, and if you want to write, you got to live.
Right.
So, you know, I want to write a play. What I'm going to write about, There's a good friend of mine who played guitar. One night, November '86, we went out, sit in the park, drinking beers, talking, boom, 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 bing, about the business, about life. And it jumped off of there. And I went and I wrote a play called, it was initially called We Ain't Kids No More. And I did it as a work in progress with Lee Strasberg. And then the next year, it got produced off Broadway.
Oh, that's incredible, man.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And
that's dope.
I actually produced it. I raised the money. I did the whole bit. And I would go out in Times Square before the show, and they have the TKTS up there where you get the tickets, discount tickets, right?
Yeah.
And I would say, you heard of Pacino, you heard of De Niro, come see Romano.
Oh.
I'm the new Stallone, you know.
Right,
I
right.
had to get people into the theater. I
Of
actually
course.
put my own money into it. I was my wife at the time. She was pregnant with my first child, so I had a lot of pressure. And I was a young guy, you know.
Right.
And I'd be out there pumping. And on that stage is where Sylvester Stallone's casting director discovered me.
Ah, so that's where it all started, huh?
Right. So she brought me in for a read for this movie with Sylvester Stallone, which obviously I always looked up to Sylvester Stallone.
I mean, he's Stallone.
He's Stallone.
Yeah.
And he's got such a spirit of, like, you know, he's resilient.
Right.
You know, he's been through a lot in his life, and, you know, he's had to go through, but he's you know, and when I get down, I think about Sly. You know, you toughen up, you know.
Yeah.
So
that's Locked Up,
So
right?
Lock Up with Sylvester Stallone. I got cast with Sylvester Stallone in a movie, co-star with Sylvester Stallone.
That's amazing.
And that's what brought me out to Hollywood.
So then after the play, you audition for Locked Up. You get the co-starring role with Stallone.
Yep.
You pack up your stuff.
Nope. I left my wife and kid in L.A., in New York.
Oh, okay.
Because we didn't really have the resources, the
Right.
finances, you know, to go. And I went to first we shot in Rahway State Prison.
Yeah.
And met some interesting people there. And
I bet you did.
Yeah. And everybody's innocent, by the way.
Of course.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, nobody did
Man,
anything.
you were standing over the dead body with
Yeah.
a bloody weapon. Come on. You were screaming, I did it. Now you saying you didn't do it? Come on now.
Right. You know, everybody's innocent. And what happened with that movie, man, is that at the same time I was doing the movie with auditioning for Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I had a kid. I was bartending at a restaurant in Manhattan called Sparks Restaurant. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Sparks Restaurant. It's somewhat famous for the fact that that's where Paul Castellano was murdered, outside of Sparks Restaurant.
Okay.
And John Gotti
So
took over the family.
So it's famous for that.
Well, they got great steaks. You know, it's a great restaurant, but you know that's what happened. That's Sparks is known for that.
That's
and
funny.
It's still
I'm
there,
sorry.
you know. And
Yeah.
so I got a job there, and the guy that owned the place, he says to me, "This is your job. We give you benefits. You get all of this, but this is all you do."
Right.
So I didn't say I was an actor. I didn't say I was up for a role with Sylvester Stallone. I didn't say that I had read for a part in the Martin Scorsese movie. And so I'm bartending, and at the restaurant, people come to the bar, and you got to put their name on the check, and
Right.
the check follows to the thing. So they say, "Excuse me, sir, what's your name?" He says, "Pileggi." I said, "Oh, like Nicholas Pileggi, the writer." He says, "Well, that's me." I says, "Oh, you kidding me? Mr. Pileggi, I'm up for the role in Scorsese's movie," because Nicholas Pileggi wrote the book Wise Guy, which became Goodfellas.
Ooh.
So now here's Nicholas Pileggi. He sees me. I'm young. I'm 25 at the time, you know, and I got nice dress, and I'm in the place where, you know, they did the big hit, and it's a mob movie.
Yeah.
He looks at me and goes, "You're perfect." He goes, "You're perfect." I said, "This is great." Well, at the end of the night, one of the other bartenders says, "Boss man wants to see you in the back." Go in the back, and he's sitting there, he's eating. He says, "I gave you this job. You said this is the only job you have. This is all you do. You do nothing else." I says, "Yeah." He says, "You had a kid, and you need the benefits. You need this." I said, "Yeah." then why are you telling Nicholas Pileggi you're an actor? I says, well, get out of here and don't come back.
Oh, man.
I went outside. I got a $75 ticket on my car. I had moved to Staten Island at that time, which the toll was like $6 to go back over the bridge.
Right.
And, man, I got to tell you, you talk about, like, you know, sitting there fighting the depression and fighting, like, where do I go? I'm a young guy, you know.
Right.
And obviously, I made it through. I went to the audition with Stallone. I got the part with Stallone. I got the phone call. I'm like, yeah, I'm on a roll. And now I'm going to go meet Scorsese. This is perfect.
Yeah.
I'm walking out the door to meet Scorsese, and the phone rings. No, I didn't have a beeper, no cell phones at the time. I go back inside like a banana, and I answer the phone. It's the casting director from the Stallone movie, and she says, what are you doing at 2 o'clock? I says, I'm going to meet Martin Scorsese. He wants me, yeah, he's interested in seeing me. She goes, well, maybe you should, you're going to have to rearrange that, reschedule Scorsese. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Why am I rescheduling Scorsese?
It's Scorsese, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because Stallone wants to meet you, and he wants to confirm you for this role in the movie, and I recommend bird in the hand as opposed to two in the bush. So I spoke to my agent. She says, oh, don't worry about it. We'll rearrange it. Don't you know that when they tried to set up the appointments for me to go see Scorsese for Goodfellas, we were already filming in Rahway State Prison. And we were filming Lockup. And the procedure was that you go in as a group in the morning for security reasons, and you're there all day long, and you come out as a group. So I never got to meet Scorsese because I was locked up in jail.
Oh, damn.
And I never got a chance to work with Martin Scorsese. And they filmed in the neighborhood. Obviously, it's still something that, you know. And even as far as most recently, I got cast in The Irishman.
Oh, you did? Exactly. Congratulations on that, by the way. Because that's like yeah, you guys can clap to that. It's okay. Shoot. That's a big deal because that's with De Niro, Pacino,
Keitel, Joe Pesci.
I mean, it's everybody.
It's loaded. Ray Romano.
All legends,
Ray
including
Romano.
yourself.
Well, here's how it goes again. I get a phone call. Let me tell you how I got the part, because I don't have an agent anymore. An actor by the name of Jeremy Luke was reading for one of the parts. He's actually in the movie.
Yeah.
And I was reading with him, and he helped me get the tape to the casting director. Scorsese says, yeah, we want him. I'm about ready to see if I could, you know, make my flight. And I get a call from the casting director. She says, honey, if you haven't left Los Angeles yet, don't.
Damn.
I says, why? She says, they wrote the part out of the movie.
Oh, man.
So that's 2 strikes with Scorsese. I got the cast in the movie, and then they got the... So it's like...
Oh, man.
So that's the entertainment business. That's how it goes.
Right.
You got to suck it up. You got to move on.
Well, so...
God willing, someday I'll get to meet Scorsese and work with him. Maybe he'll produce one of my movies that I wrote. And that's what it is. But
you never know. You never know. Anything can happen. But okay, so then I want to know a little bit about the King of Queens, right? You know, you were on there for a while, that kind of thing. What was the whole experience like? You know, was it a good experience? Was Kevin James cool? Was he not cool? What was the experience like on the set? Especially something so different from doing, you know, known gangster movies. You know what I mean? It's sitcom.
I had a really good time working with Jerry Stiller. You know Jerry Stiller? Ben Stiller's dad.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome guy. Me and Victor Williams are still friends. Victor is in the movie that I wrote and directed. I would love to work with Victor again. I was replaced on The King of Queens. Kevin just did this with his latest show, Kevin Can Wait, where he replaced his wife with Leah.
Right.
The precursor to that was him replacing me with his brother on The King of Queens. And, you know, I worked very hard and I put a lot of time in, and I was, you know, that was my job, but that's nepotism.
Right.
And needless to say, I mean, it wasn't a place that I wanted to be.
Right.
You know, so I ended up being fortunate enough to get cast opposite Kristen Chenoweth in a TV show. And unfortunately, it didn't go. And as you know, I had a really good rock and roll band. We were playing the Strip in Hollywood, a blues band. We got this great review in the Hollywood Reporter calling us the heavy metal blues kings of the new millennium. And I, at the time, I had to, you know, they were bringing me back on the King of Queens, so I had 2 network shows and kick-ass band. And next thing you know, the Kristen Chenoweth show got canceled.
Right.
Replaced by Kevin's brother. Guitar player from my band goes and gets a job at Disney World playing with Martha Davis in the motels. We replace him with another guy that's doing sound for the Doors. And then when the Doors needed a bass player, they took my Angelo Barbera, they took him. They needed a drummer, they took my drummer. And I was stuck in Los Angeles trying to figure out how to get 3 children through high school and college.
Yeah. So what did you end up doing?
A woman from Staten Island who was doing stand-up comedy in Los Angeles, she came to my house and she was telling us, me and my wife, about this exciting new job she had. She was working dispatch for a company that sent strippers out to bachelor parties. And I was like, oh, and she says, yeah, and they, you know, they need drivers. So I ended up being a driver, driving strippers to bachelor parties for, you know, after coming off of 2 network shows. And I got to tell you, it's what I needed to do at that time. I needed to get away from the business.
That's what's up.
And it just enforced my creativity. It gave me a whole bunch of other stories to tell.
Oh, I bet you got stories.
Yeah, I mean,
I bet you got stories to tell.
You know, you're walking in the door with 3 girls, you know, and all the guys are waiting outside. And
oh, yeah.
How do I get your job? And I tell you, like, after about a month, I was like, man, you want it?
You can have it.
You want the job? You want it, man?
Here's the gun. Here are the keys.
Here's the gun.
Enjoy
Take the
yourself.
gun. Leave the cannolis. That's it, right? And that's it. I'm off. Boo. And I'm done. And, you know, basically, you know, since then, I'm still creative. I write. Right. I wrote and directed a feature film.
Yep.
Which should be out next year at some time.
Yeah.
It's based on the play that I wrote where I was cast with Sylvester Stallone.
Right.
And we're working on completing that film right now. It's coming along really well. I'm very proud of it.
Well, that's great, man. Congratulations on that,
Thank
for real. So real quick, I understand that you're in town for a reason. I mean, you know, St. Louis of all places. It's not like you're on a comedy tour or anything like that. So I understand that you have just been, I guess you just beat, or your lymph node cancer is in remission.
Yep.
And I want to say congratulations to that.
you.
Real talk.
Thank you.
That's some amazing stuff.
Yep.
I know that took a lot of energy and a lot of work to get through that. So, what are you doing in town now? I understand something about a reality show.
Well, I mean, I'm not up to par to. I have a very dear friend in St. Louis. His name is Mike Diamond. And
Mike Diamond.
Mike Diamond, yes, he's a great guy. And I used to train with Mike Diamond when I was on my TV shows, physical fitness. And he's a very inspirational guy. He's very philosophical. You know, he really is a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And, you know, the minute he found out I had cancer, he was there, you know. He's one of those friends. And he says, come out here. When you get done with it, I'll train you. You get back in shape. You get strong. Come to St. Louis. And I would have liked to have done it last year, but I was not capable. I had lost 30 pounds from the treatments.
Yeah.
You know, and this year, you know, that's what happens, you know. And he has a brother-in-law that plays the guitar. He has a son that plays music.
Right. He's got a very talented group of people around him. Yeah.
Yeah, and very nice people. And you know, Los Angeles just got a little much, you know. And I got my 2 German Shepherd dogs, my buddies. I put them in my truck, and I drove to St. Louis, man. And I'm really happy. You know, I'm happy that I'm here. I think it's great. I mean, I feel very fortunate to be an American. That we're able to go, you know, I never saw the Rockies. I never saw these things, you know, and I'm like, I mean, even my dogs were amazed when we were going through the Rockies. They were like this, like looking at us, wow, you know, and it's like, I'm so lucky that, first of all, that I'm financially capable of doing this, you know, and I'm lucky. I set myself up, you know, to do that. You know, like Stallone says in that one scene in Rocky 1, you should have planned ahead, you know, when he's supposed to break the guy's thumb.
Right.
You know, I did some planning ahead, so I did what I had to do, put my dogs in a car, drove across this beautiful landscape. I stopped in Grand Junction, Colorado. People very nice. I went to Kansas City. I went to see the Bronx Wanderers. There's a band they do a lot of songs from the 50s through the 70s.
Right.
They got a Vegas act in Bally's. Had a grand old time in Kansas City. Had an Italian festival, and you know, had some Italian food over there. Drank some Peronis, you know, and made my way over to St. Louis.
Awesome.
And that's it. That's
awesome,
we met,
man. And now you're here.
And now I'm rehabbing in St. Louis.
Absolutely,
and getting back
man.
in shape. Yeah, man, getting back in shape. And then once I'm strong enough, then what we want to do is we would like to do the documentation, the story of what I pretty much told you of my career, my life with the band and the musicians and so on.
And also bouncing back to health.
And getting back to health with Mike Diamond. Yeah, Mike is, you know, going to work on getting me back into health and you know, getting sleep and training to make sure I don't hurt myself and you know,
awesome.
and you know, because you get a little crazy, you want to go fast. You know?
Oh, of course. You got to pace yourself.
Yeah,
absolutely, man.
Right. Exactly.
Well, shoot, man. Thank you, Lorenzo,
for
being
me,
here.
man.
Everybody, Lorenzo Romano, everybody. We'll be right back. See you guys in a minute.
Cool, man.
You're going to perform
I'm sorry,
tonight.
I can't make this interview boring because this
No,
man
it's
is
not
too
boring.
exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is going to leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
IDEX Media does a lot. From IDEX Photography to IDEX Films. We help create forever memories and forever impressions. Image a nation, image a world. IDEX Media.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, baby.
Nowhere will you find more selection, greater style, or a more colorful collection of the finest mink, chinchilla, fox, and sable coats, jackets, wraps, and accessories than the Fur Center. Now until January 7th, save up to 80% off. Stop in today for the best selection.
You're watching Pascal in the Morning. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for checking out this feed. It really means a lot, man. One last time, give it up for Benji Brown, please. Also, a big thank you to Lorenzo Romano. It was a blessing to have them both. But we are also going to be doing an after-show stream on YouTube. So please go to youtube.com/The Pascal Show. Go over there, and in about 5 minutes, we're going to be starting this after show. It's going to be raw, uncut. By the way, if you have any children in the room, I would not recommend the children going over to this feed. It's going to be real. It's going to be uncensored, and it's going to be raw as all hell. But anyway, it's time to go. Thank you guys so much for watching this show. If you haven't yet, go click that like button on the Pascal Show page. And if you haven't done it yet on this feed, please click that love. Give us some hearts and laughy faces if you enjoyed the feed. But anyway, be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the after show, or I'll see you guys on Monday. Stay beautiful out there, guys. Much love to you. Peace!